Hi everyone. Today we're going to be talking about ESRT page 2, 3, 8, and 9. So make sure you have your earth science reference table ready. This is what page 8 and 9 look like. This is what page 2 looks like. And this is what page 3 looks like. So let's start with page 2 and 3 of your reference table. Notice that page 2 and 3 look very similar. Now, both of these maps are the map of New York. However, page 2 is the generalized landscape regions of New York State, according to the title, and page 3 is the generalized bedrock geology of New York State. So, to understand what both those things and these maps are about, let's talk about what landscape and bedrock are. So, bedrock is the hard, solid rock beneath surface materials such as soil and gravel. It's the base of all soil structure. So, normally, when it comes to rock layers on the earth, the very top layer is normally loose soil and sediment because they're just starting to form. Those rocks are just starting to, the sediments are just starting to settle and compact. And the deeper we go near the or all the way down to the Earth's crust, the more solid and hard the materials get. And finally, the bedrock is the very base of all the structure, and the bedrock is actually part of the Earth's crust or the Earth's lithosphere. Okay, so what is a landscape region? So, landscape is a region on Earth's surface that has the same bedrock structure. What's bedrock structure? The shape of the bedrock. So, landscape is a area of the earth that the bedrock has the same shape. And notice that these are mountains, and mountains are actually a type of landscape because the bedrock structure is more folded. These bedrock are called plateau, and these bedrock are more horizontal or flat. And this is a plain, it is flat. But also, landscapes are classified based on bedrock structure and elevation. Meaning, we have three major types of landscape regions that I just spoke about: plains, plateaus, and mountains. Mountains are based off of folded or deformed bedrock. This is their bedrock structure. They're folded with steep slopes, but also they have high elevation. So we're using the structure of the bedrock and the elevation of the bedrock to classify landscapes. Plateaus are high elevation and horizontal bedrock. They are tall, but also the top is flat. And it's optional for you to write these definitions down in your notebook. Plains are flat bedrock, so no elevation, just flat bedrock. So let's go back to page 2 and page 3 and notice that page 2 and page 3 also have similarities in how they look or in certain regions. And this is important because you will be asked to compare these two pages and compare the information or connect the information between these two pages in your questions. So these two areas, this area on page 2 and this area on page 3, are the same areas. These two areas are the same. These two areas are the same. These areas are the same. These are the same. These areas are the same. And finally, these areas are the same. So also notice there is a key in the bottom of page 3 of your reference table, and this key are the geological periods and eras in New York. And it shows you that different parts of New York are actually or different parts of the bedrock of New York are actually from different time periods, such as the Cretaceous, Late Triassic, Pennsylvanian, Devonian, Silurian, etc. And the reason the different parts of New York have different bedrocks from different time periods is because the history of the earth is complex and long, and since the earth started forming and plate tectonics, a lot of the rocks have a complex history that are interconnected. So if we look a little closer, we can see the different keys. We can see the different time periods that the rocks are formed, or the different parts of New York's bedrock are formed. We can see the exact rocks that are there, such as conglomerates, red sandstones, red shales, limestone shales. We can also see the type of rock they are: sedimentary, metamorphic rocks, or intensely metamorphosed rock. Metamorphosed means those rocks, like metamorphic rocks, form from high heat and pressure. And these are my areas that are from these time periods, but also these areas are mostly sedimentary rocks. These areas in the map are mostly metamorphic rocks or dominantly metamorphosed rocks from high heat and pressure. And these areas are intensely metamorphosed rocks, regional metamorphism about 1,000 million years ago. So these areas probably experienced a lot of heat and pressure. So this is my Cretaceous area on my page 3 of my reference table. This is the late Triassic, according to the key. Pennsylvanian and Mississippian, Devonian, Silurian, Ordovician, Cambrian, and this is Cambrian and early Ordovician, this area, but notice this area is metamorphic. The other Cambrian and Ordovician was sedimentary. Cambrian and Ordovician again, tectonic sequence, Middle Proterozoic, and again, Middle Proterozoic. So we're going to talk about the questions on your reference table, page 2, 3, 8, and 9 practice in the next video. So make sure you have that in front of you. And that's it for now.